All right, so here we have the all-new 2025 GMC Sierra EV. This one comes in the Denali trim level. This one is the max range, so we get the biggest battery here. Max range of 465 miles per charge, even with these big 24-inch wheels here. And I'm just so impressed actually seeing this in person. I saw one at the Chicago Auto Show a while ago, and it's just nice to see one here and be able to drive it. But to the front end here, love that front fascia. Of course, we get LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, LED fog lights down below as well. But just a really nice look, especially in this black. I love how they did the chrome trim there, or the aluminum finish, excuse me. It's fantastic, it really is. Now, like on the Silverado EV, the RST, we do get these 24-inch wheels, which are massive, but on this platform here, they really don't look that big. They really go with how this vehicle sits. Love the running boards there. Passive keyless entry on all four doors. We get one-touch automatic up and down windows for the front, and then just express down for the back. Power mirror controls are here. Those also power fold. We have blind spot monitors in those. I just ran it through the car wash because it was a little dirty, but that's why there's water all over it. Memory seat functions and all that. Of course, a Bose sound system. And I like how they did the storage in the door panel. Two big bottle holders here, map pocket, smaller storage space there. And then our trailer brake controllers here, lane keeping assist, and then we can go ahead and fold down adjust the ride height here. And then electronic parking brake there. Now this button here folds down that tailgate, and then this opens up the front here. So that'll open, and then I can stop it by hitting the button, and then you want to hold it to get it to go back down electronically. So pretty sweet there. We get a power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. And then here's our power driver's seat. We do get four-way power lumbar support as well. And I'm loving these seats too. Sorry about the ding, that's just with these EVs, when the doors open, it'll ding at you, especially when the vehicle's on, until you close the door. But I want to give a big thank you to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro. They're one of the first ones to have one of these. And then if you're looking for the best price on one of these closer to you, click on that second link down below. It takes a minute to fill out that information. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on one of these. But where it's so new, we don't have all the options and window stickers and whatnot. But like the Silverado EV, the RST, you can expect to pay over six figures for this. And there's the rear door panel. Now first, I'm going to show you the rear space back here, which I expect to be pretty impressive. And it is. I have that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. And I legit feel like I'm in the back of like an S-Class, or maybe like an extended wheelbase Rolls Royce, because there's just so much space back here. And even with the glass roof there, several inches of headroom for me as well. And honestly, yeah, the space in here is crazy. Even with like my wider stature, I fit back here perfectly. Seat back pockets are on both sides. 3-stage heated outboard seats. Rear AC vents are there. 3-prong household plug-in there. Two USB-C charge ports, excuse me. And then storage there. Bottle holders here. And there's a look at the front. You can see that rear camera mirror there. And then this middle seat folds down. Bottle holders are here. And we do get the nice tough hanger hooks there if you want to hang a uniform up. Now, one of the coolest things about these, like in the old Avalanche Escalade EXT, we do get the mid gate here. So to activate that, pretty easy to do. First, grab this here. You want to make sure these headrests are folded down. And then you want to pull here, and then just excuse my hand for a minute. I have to use my other hand to fold this. And then once that's in the floor, you can see the top tethers for the car seats are there as well. Hit this button here, and then you're good to go. And you can run those longer objects through to the front if you want to. And then just make sure the seat belt's out the way. All you have to do is just shut it back good and do everything in reverse. That simple. Now over here to the charge port, of course we get the 350 kilowatt max charge speed here with DC fast charging. You can plug it up at home. It'll take you a minute because this is a pretty big battery. I believe it's it's over 200 kilowatt hours, so huge. Into the back end here, LED tail lamps. Just love the look of the back end. It really does look like a Sierra. And then I like how we have the buttons here, so it'll show you either you can push this button to get this top half or hit this one to fold the whole thing down. And then again, you can hit that other one to kind of get the tailgate going all the way. And then you can use that to hop in there if you so choose. While we're back here, of course, we get tons of outlets. There's a 240 volt 80 amp port there, two 120s there, two more 120s are there. I'm gonna try and get this back with one hand. But yeah, styling is just phenomenal. Very impressed here. Front passenger seat, same adjustability as the driver's side, including that 4-way power lumbar support. And I'm just really loving the top half of this seat here with the stitching and then having Denali embossed in the headrest there. Another nice touch is having the wood grain there, having Denali there, and then you have the coordinates there as well. We do get these side pockets on both sides. Lockable glove compartment there. Not huge, but there's storage everywhere else, so. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the front. And you can see the space up here. So decent storage, inflator kits right there, I believe. And the charger there. And pretty good use of the storage, I think. And then there's another 120 volt up here if you need that. Windshield wiper fluid goes there. And just a very, very usable truck, I think. But let's hop in the driver's seat while I shut this. So beautiful leather wrap steering wheel here. You're seeing this Denali steering wheel on the Yukons, the Sierra EVs, the Acadias. So I love the new design there. There's the horn. Now over to the screen here, this is going to be a 16.8 inch Google Assistant system here. We get AM, FM, XM radio, Bluetooth audio, Google News, Amazon Alexa, podcast, USB port. Now, unfortunately, GM is getting rid of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you don't have that here, which gets on my nerves, but you know, they're trying to get us used to this, and kind of like going to EVs, it's just part of it. It's not going to be perfect, but to the drive modes, my mode, normal, off-road, tow haul, and then this gets you the full output from the electric motor, so you want to hit that. Gives you a nice little sound, so you know you're about to do something crazy. And then you can also, and I'm glad I saw that because I want to turn it on, you can toggle that one pedal drive from here as well. Now here to the charging screen, you can adjust all of that when you want it to charge. You can see 465 miles is what this says it'll get on 100% charge. And then you have the auto park assist. You can use that. It's pretty decent on these EVs, I will say that. And I love the vehicle status screen, so you can go in here and kind of see the tire pressure monitors, things of that nature, energy efficiency. So I like how they set that up there, and you can kind of dive into it by clicking further. And then for the climate controls, you do get dual zone automatic. So I like that you can either adjust that through the screen. You have knobs down here, or I should say it's kind of like a button that you can adjust here, or you can use the touch screen as well to adjust that. So several ways to use the system, even though it's through the touchscreen. You still get these buttons down below. One for turning the whole system on or off. Go in here to adjust that fan direction. You do get 3-stage heated cool front seats. So a lot going on here. You can even fool with the rear climate as well, which is nice. Now the Google Maps are in here. You kind of have to go through these settings and go through all of that. But I love the map, and I love how you can really fool with it if you so choose. And it's a pretty quick system. So you can find destinations, things of that nature. Wireless charging pad, I'll show you that in a minute. It was just working. I don't think it's on there right, so that's why it has that there by the phone. I might need to unlock it first. But tons of controls here. You can turn the rear steering on or off, crab walk, the park assist, the fog lights, everything. And then you can adjust your lights here. Now, one thing I do like about these is you do have a quick shortcut down here to just turn the lights on or off, and then a shortcut for the controls as well. And then over here, you can shut the vehicle off. I have this button on to keep it going for 60 minutes. So the vehicle is set up to actually shut off when you get out of the truck, which I like on pretty much all the new Chevy EVs or the GM EVs. That's how they are made, unless they have a push button. But I like being able, especially on a review or something, if I have to get in or out of the vehicle, I like being able to just leave the vehicle on instead of having to start it up every time. But backup cameras here, great picture. You get that bird's eye view as well, so you can see where you're going. Front camera there. You get the curbside view too. Now this is the wireless charging pad, and I love how they did this. So it doesn't have anything that's telling you it's a wireless charging pad except these two strips, and when you put it on there, it was plug and play for me when I first put my phone on, so that's pretty neat. And then you can just slide this back, and then you have space down here, and then those are two USB-C charge ports, a 12 volt. I don't think that's wireless at the bottom there, but. And over here we have bottle holders, storage here. We can hit this button and then slide that forward and back if we want. A rear camera mirror, the toggle switch is there. Your hazards are right there if you ever need those. And then these lights, you just kind of click those on. There's a look at the back seat from up here. Vanity mirror there. And then back to the steering wheel. Super Cruise indicator is there. The sensor to make sure you're paying attention is right there. Left side, blinkers. High beam toggle there when they're on, or you can flash here. And then hit this for the front wiper fluid. And then you can adjust the wipers here. Now for the shifter, we do get a column shifter, but it's not like what you're used to. Just hold there for neutral, down for drive, up for reverse, press P for park there. And then behind the steering wheel, track lists or radio stations can be adjusted there. You can adjust your regen on the fly here if you choose. And then behind on the right side, volume up or down. Now we do get the full Super Cruise, so we have adaptive cruise there, and then to turn the actual Super Cruise on, you're gonna wanna wait until you can, and I'll show you that on the test drive portion, but then that'll be activated. You can adjust the gap for that there, set the speed, cancel, and then over here, the heated steering wheel toggle, mute button, pull up your phone there when it's connected, and then you can hit this and go through your audio sources, and then voice recognition there. But this button here just changes your views on the gauge cluster, which I like. I really like all of these views, honestly. This one is kind of my go-to, but my second one's the maps, and then my third favorite is this one. And then heads-up display, there's a sheet of paper right there I need to get, but heads-up display is right there. We can adjust that in the actual screen if you want to change the settings there. And finally, here are the key fobs. Now to the fun part, let's go ahead and take this 2025 GMC Sierra EV Denali Max Range out on the road for a quick test drive. So starting this test drive in the Sierra EV, I have the power mode on. Let's give it a pull here. Wow, geez. Yeah, just like the Silverado EV, the RST specifically, when you have this mode on, it's just, gosh, it pulls hard, it really does. Now I like how, even though this is a pretty big truck, it feels very easy to drive. The visibility is good. Just the overall feel you get behind the steering wheel, you don't feel like you're driving something as massive as this really is. But I'm gonna give myself some space here and I'm gonna floor it getting onto the interstate here. All right, here we go. So nice and quick, still easy to control with the traction control and everything set up here as you would expect, but very impressed by the power. It's just insane. Gonna test out the Super Cruise for a quick second. So we're gonna activate the adaptive here, and then we're gonna hit this button, and then we have the Super Cruise on now. So ride quality, very good, very solid. The ride is smooth. This does have air suspension, and I can tell whenever the back end goes over a speed bump or anything like that, but I can also hear it as well, which is pretty neat. But as I get off on this exit lane, the Super Cruise will cancel itself. But a great system. I've tested it out many times. Sound quality in the cabin is very good. Even with these 24s on these low profile tires, not anything I'm really noticing unless I'm listening for it. And that's just a gift and a curse with having an EV. You don't have a traditional engine powering, or I should say drowning out the sound of the truck. Really like this though, really wouldn't mind having one. It's just, you get the capability of a truck having that mid-gate and things of that nature, but something that's pretty efficient compared to a gas-powered truck. And for someone like myself that doesn't do a lot of towing, especially really heavy duty towing, this will be perfect for me. I just like having the bed, like being able to put stuff back there. But then also just having the height here that you have driving this down the road, but it's also, again, very easy to maneuver. Whether you're parking, the rear steering helps with that, turning in a parking lot or whatever, or if you're just trying to get close to something, it's easy to maneuver. Now I want to give one more big thank you to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below in the description. And again, if you don't want to get this one in particular, it's a little too far out for you, click on that second link down below. It takes a minute to fill out your information, and then I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on one of these. Now you do have the, well, I guess you don't, this is above the threshold for the tax incentive, but for the EV tax incentive at least, but I think you can still get, let's say you want to get this before the end of the year, as a business vehicle, you still have that tax write-off available. Just with the weight of this thing. But honestly, I would just get one to get one. It has everything you could want, just from the drive modes to the ride quality, the features you get. And it's a good looking truck. The Silverado EV, the RST looks very good as well, but I like the Sierra EV Denali better, just in terms of the exterior aesthetics, and then inside I think the interior is much nicer, but that's what you'd expect from the Denali version. I will say the Silverado EV, the RST, kind of has that cool factor. It looks good, And that's kind of what the RST trim is for. It's meant to be sportier and things of that nature. But this is the one for me. If I were to get one, I would definitely have to wait until one was pre-owned. But if you have the money to buy one of these, you won't be disappointed. I guarantee you that. But with all that being said, this is going to bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 GMC Sierra EV Denali.